Hi, everybody. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Yay, my Chromebook is almost kind of working. So hopefully this video works and I'm able to get it posted. But I wanted to go over what we're working on this week. So first off, if you didn't get this done last week, we started Module 5 last week. So you should already have the Shakespeare Web Quest completed. What we started working on this week is we did the textual evidence assignment. I did create a video for that. So go ahead and watch that video. The most important thing that I am finding out is that a lot of people are not looking at the finding textual evidence resource first before trying to complete the assignment. And so a lot of the questions I have been having are about that, where students are confused about what to do because they did not look at that resource. So make sure that you look at that resource first. And then if you do have additional questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. The other thing that we did this week is we wrote the Shakespeare essay. And for the Shakespeare essay, what I am looking for is I'm looking to see if you know how to integrate your textual evidence. So you have a couple of different articles that you can read that you can use as evidence, and your job is to write an essay using those articles as evidence. Now, you have two options. I want you to notice that you have two options. You do not need to write about both. Please do not write about both. Your first option is to write your Shakespearean essay on the Globe Theater. Okay, so you would just look at these two links, read through them, and you would then just respond to the prompt, and you would answer those questions, and you would just write a short essay. Now, the common question I've been getting asked is, how long does my essay have to be? The answer to that question is 3 to 5 paragraphs. You should be able to do this in 3 to 5 paragraphs. All right. If you do not want to write about the Globe Theater, you could write about Elizabethan fashions. That is your other option. All right. So again, you would just research Elizabethan fashions, all right, that are worn by both men and women, and then you are going to answer the questions. So how does personal hygiene affect fashion during this time? What was included in Elizabethan fashions, and so on. So you're going to read the article, and then you're just going to write a short essay. What I am looking for here is to see if you know how to integrate your quotes correctly. In order to get a 4, however, I just want to point this out. In order to get a 4, I need to see that you not only know how to integrate quotes, but you also know how to paraphrase. Okay, I briefly talked about paraphrase in another video, but paraphrasing is basically where you summarize the information instead of quoting it. So instead of using a direct quote, you're just going to summarize it or put the information in your own words. In order to get a 4, I need to see that you know how to do both of those. Okay, that you know how to integrate the evidence, whether it be a quote or whether you are summarizing that information or paraphrasing. Okay, in order to get a 3, you only need to do one or the other, but again, it does need to be integrated. Your evidence needs to be integrated correctly. So you need to have an introduction, you need to include your evidence, and then you need to have your explanation or your analysis piece explaining how that evidence ties back to your main idea. Okay, so just make sure you have that. So that is a Shakespearean essay. And in addition to this, we go here. We also did start The Taming of the Shrew this week. And we actually got further than I thought we would, which is kind of awesome. So what we did is we read the induction today, and we also read Act 1, Scene 1. So what you're going to want to do is you are going to want to scrolling right back down here. All right, so what you'll want to do is you are going to want to complete the induction activity, which is where you are going to answer these 6 questions as you listen to the induction or after you've read it. You do have the audio play, by the way, that you are welcome to listen to if you would prefer to just listen to this, or if you would prefer to read, you can go ahead and read it. But yes, after you're finished with that, you're going to go ahead and answer these 6 questions about the induction. Then you are going to read Act 1, Scene 1. As you're reading Act 1, Scene 1, what I want you to do is I want you to also be filling out the character sheet. Now, this character sheet, I'm just going to go over a few things here with the character sheet. Okay, so the reason for the character sheet is that you'll notice that there are a lot of very similar names in this particular play. We have Lucentio, Tranio, Remio, Hortensio, Petruchio, and there's even a servant named Biondello. So you have all of these different, people in this play whose names sound very, very similar because the play is set in Italy. So this is actually not uncommon, but a lot of people do get these confused. So I do want you to go through and just kind of write a little brief description of who each of these characters are. To give you a little bit of an idea here, though, I will tell you, you have Lucentio and Tranio, who appear in Act 1, Scene 1, and they have just barely arrived in Padua. And what they are there for is Lucentio is a wealthy man's son who has arrived in Padua to study philosophy, and Tranio is his faithful servant. He comes across Baptista. Baptista is a very wealthy man who has two beautiful daughters named Caterina and Bianca. And the thing is with these two daughters is Bianca is absolutely beautiful and every man wants to marry her. Caterina, on the other hand, is the quote unquote shrew. She's not very kind, and so it does create some problems and everything for them. Anyway, then we have Gremio and Hortensio who want to marry Bianca. All right, and finally we have Petruchio, and Petruchio is the man who sets out to finally marry Caterina. So what I want you to do is just go ahead and fill this out as best you can as you are reading through Act 1, Scene 1. And if you have any questions about any of the characters, please do not hesitate to ask. This is more for your benefit than anything else, so that you have this filled out. So this is, of course, more for your benefit than anything else. All right. So if you have any questions about what it is that you need to work on this week, or if you have any questions about any of the assignments, please do not hesitate to ask. And as always, I hope you are all doing very well, and I hope to see you all soon. Bye.